To New York began at Kennedy Airport.
CBS 2's Andrea Grymes live at JFK awaiting the Pope's arrival there. Andrea, good morning.
Good morning to you, Chris and Mary. Such an air of such excitement here, although the Pope is leaving just for the opportunity to see him. You can see the American Airlines charter plane behind me. It is all geared up and ready to go as soon as the Pope arrives here. Around 8:40, he'll leave to head to Philly. There are about a few hundred people, about a couple hundred people who are here waiting to say goodbye to Pope Francis. Many of them are parishioners from the Diocese of Brooklyn, which of course includes Brooklyn and Queen, who won a raffle to be here today. Also airport workers, as well as 7 nuns from Precious Blood Monastery in Brooklyn. 4 of them are Argentinian. They will present Pope Francis with a bouquet of white roses in honor of his devotion to Saint Therese, the little flower. They'll also give him a book of images of the Marian paintings on the ceiling of the Co-Cathedral of St. Joseph that's in Prospect Heights. And those Marian images are from around the world to symbolize Brooklyn, the Diocese of Immigrants, and of course the Pope just emphasizing his love of immigrants throughout his trip here in New York. We had a chance to speak with one of those nuns and the Bishop of Brooklyn just a short time ago. Take a listen. What do you think his visit has meant to New York City?
I think it's a tremendous grace, and he's calling the attention of everybody. So I think it's going to be something beautiful for the church, and it's showing to the world what the Catholic Church is, like a big family, full of joy, and so I think it's something wonderful.
Changing a mind is not so easy, but again, we try. And I think the reception shows that there's real openness and willingness to listen to him, so I think that it may happen.
The bishop also spoke about the Pope's visit just being so well received, so joyful here in New York. If my photographer can pan over, there's another group of people to my left here. We're hoping, praying that Pope Francis chats with some of the people here on the right and then works his way down past the media, hopefully past us, and to these folks who are standing over there. Just interesting tidbit that we heard earlier this morning. Pope Francis will be sitting in a regular seat on this chartered American Airlines flight. In the past, we're told it was customary for Pope Benedict and Pope John Paul II, now St. John Paul II, for them to take out the first-class seats, set up a bed, and make it more comfortable for those pontiffs. But Pope Francis, we're told, insisted he wants no special treatment. So he'll be sitting on a regular seat on this plane behind me. Of course, Pope Benedict and Pope John Paul II were a bit more frail compared to Pope Francis, but he has had a very full last few days, so you would think maybe he would want to use the 45 minutes to rest up before Philly, but he is insisting on no special treatment. I also want to mention, too, among the crowd here, we had a chance to speak earlier with a girl 15 years old in a wheelchair, has suffered from cerebral palsy her whole life. She's here with her father. They just found out about a day ago, he said, that they were able to come here, and they just were talking about how amazing it is. They use the word awesome to get the opportunity to come to see the leader of their Catholic faith. They said they are very devout. We asked if the little girl, the teenager, the young girl named Jackie, if she was expecting a miracle. She said she hopes for one. We're live at JFK. Andrea Grymes, CBS 2 News. Back to both of you.